Okay, this is a look at lesson 2, which we covered in class on Tuesday and Wednesday, September 22nd and 23rd. We started by looking at our learning targets and our opening. I can demonstrate understanding of the excerpt from chapter 14. I can determine a theme and how it is conveyed through details in Theseus and the Minotaur. I can write a summary of Theseus and the Minotaur without personal opinions or judgments. We then moved into the reading of chapter 14. After you complete that, you are to do a gist and also choose one of the vocabulary words to use correctly in a sentence. And the words this week, or for this lesson, are fugitive, revelation, and sputtered. We then moved into a reading of the myth Theseus and the Minotaur. We made a connection about the Minotaur that Percy fought in The Lightning Thief that ultimately led him to Camp Half-Blood. There's a video here that you can watch going over the close read. You are going to click to make your own copy and you will get a document that looks like this. So please read Theseus and the Minotaur. And then after you have finished reading, you're going to answer questions that are in the boxes throughout. So the first question, what did you learn about Theseus based on his ambition? So above we see ambition here bolded. And the sentence says his ambition was to perform other more heroic acts. You're going to keep reading. Our next question, in your own words, restate what Theseus is offering to do, and does it match what you learned about him in the first section? So what does Theseus offer to do, and is it proof of his ambition? Third question, what will both Theseus and King Aegeus do involving the ship's sails, and why is what they do important? This text box goes with the question above. Then we have, how was Theseus able to be victorious in the battle with the Minotaur? What did King Aegeus think and do when he saw the ship returning? And finally, think about what you've learned about Theseus as a character and the key events of the story. What big idea about human behavior might we draw about what happened to Theseus? So this is basically asking about a theme and asking about Theseus as a hero and what we could say about his character. After you have completed the close read, we then discussed the theme for Theseus and the Minotaur. And so we have, what is the theme of Theseus and the Minotaur? Most journeys lead back home. Even heroes can make fatal mistakes. Love conquers hate. Challenges strengthen one's character. So the most correct theme that we have here, even heroes can make fatal mistakes. However, we talked about how there can be more than one theme in a text. And as long as you can support it with text evidence, you can prove your theme, even if it's different from one that I came up with. So keep that in mind for the future. For this, let's focus on what they wanted us to identify. Even heroes can make fatal mistakes. Then the next question, what happens to Theseus in this myth to emphasize the theme? You would read the options and hopefully land on that first one. Theseus's father, King Aegeus, dies because Theseus forgets to change the black sails to white on the ship. After you have looked at theme, completed the close read, the final part of today's lesson is the closing exit ticket, which is to write an effective summary of Theseus and the Minotaur. Reminder that the summary needs to be informative, concise, objective. Do not insert your opinion in the summary. We want the first the first sentence of the summary should have an introduction to the text stating the title, character, setting, central idea. Second sentence provides a brief outline of what the text is about. Third sentence is a possible theme that the author wants you to take away. Finally, details from the text that support the theme. So you're going to do that in a text box and submit.